Hello everyone, Jim Revell here, the chaplain. And I want to share a little story this week that I heard probably a couple of years ago, and I was reminded when I came across it in my reading this week. And it's the story of a little girl by the name of Hattie Mae Wyatt. She lived from 1877 to 1884. Now, if you're a mathematician, you can calculate that she passed away when she was 7 years old. Now, if you think about that, what could a 7-year-old life have meaning for? And Hattie lived in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and near her home was a small worship congregation that had classes for children, and they had a very small room that was packed to the hilt, and they really had they had no space for the children to come. Hattie was afraid to come because the room was so full, and the minister told her, one day we're going to build bigger buildings to be able to accommodate every person to come into this place. Well, fast forward a couple of years later, Hattie passed away, and she was 7 years old, and her mother found under her pillow a little bag of 57 pennies, and she took it to the minister. And on the page, on the note, it said this: to help build bigger buildings so that all the children can come in. 57 cents. And the mother gave it to this minister of this very small congregation. He took those 57 pennies and he challenged people to begin to give. And he said, I'm offering a penny, one of Hyatt's pennies. This was in the 1880s, a penny for $250. And we're going to raise money to build and to accommodate larger space to serve others. 54 people responded. Well, what started then was a ripple effect. Let me tell you what came out of Hattie's 57 pennies. They did a study 26 years later and found that there was a facility built that accommodated 5,600 people that started with 57 cents. There were 80,000 university students trained. Imagine that, 80,000 students sent to university. There was a hospital built that has served tens of thousands of people, and there were 2,000 young men and women that were trained for ministry. Now think about that. The power of a little girl. For 2 years she put away a penny and a penny and a penny. And that one act of simple kindness and faith and generosity, those 57 pennies rippled out to impact thousands of people. Now that's a principle. And today you have the power of one small act. And I talked about this 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I think we need to remind ourselves of this. A lot of times we feel like our input is insignificant, but I'm telling you, make a choice to make a difference, even if it seems like a small thing. So I remind you of that today. Who could tell what your small contribution could do to ripple out into eternity to affect someone else? As always, this is a chaplain. If you need anything, please check me out online. J Revell, JREVELLE @chaplain.org, or you can go to the app, and I would love to be able to connect with you. Thank you and have a great day.